Welcome to Lee Street Beat. I'm here with T the Man, and we got S Hacker back. She's on the phone. How y'all doing today?
I'm doing
well,
good.
and yourself?
How you doing? Good.
Awesome. You know what? We've had a real serious week here with the Kavanaugh hearings, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. There's a lot of controversy going on. I feel like this candidate has been evasive. I think Kamala Harris and Cory Booker have highlighted a lot of what's wrong with this candidate. I don't believe that this candidate is tethered to holding up Roe versus Wade. I don't think he has any kind of problem with allowing the president to have just all of the rights that he shouldn't have and be above the law. What you think, T? I think he's wrong for the Supreme Court.
Well, he is wrong for the Supreme Court, and everybody knows that he's wrong for the Supreme Court. The problem is that he's what they want. They want him, and they're gonna get him. I mean, Lindsey Graham came out yesterday and just basically said that it's a done deal. And because it's a done deal, you don't have anything to worry about. So Kamala Harris and Cory Booker and Dick Durbin and all the other Chris Coons, all the other Democrats, it's just an exercise in futility. There's nothing they can do to stop this man. He's not going to change his mind. He's sitting there all smug. He's happy. He's playing the game. You know, he says when they asked him was Roe versus Wade settled law, instead of just saying yes, it's settled law, he just says, well, you know, not all opinions are that way, you know. So basically he's saying that when I get there, I'm gonna change it because while you may think it's settled, it's not settled. So that's part of the problem. And I don't know what they can do, if they can do anything to stop this. So I'm just gonna say for reproductive rights is gonna be set back for women. That's it. That's the fact of the matter. Now the whole thing is you have illegitimate president who's made 2 illegitimate appointments, and we should accept that as law. Cory Booker stood up yesterday about some of these rules that they want to impose upon people and saying that he violated Senate rules. Well, it's good that he did violate Senate rules.
He told him, bring it.
Yeah, he's talking about it could be expulsion. Well, I don't know how many senators you need to expel him, but I'm guessing unless they change the rules and say 45, he's going to probably at least need 60 to be expelled from the Senate. It may be 66.
He doesn't seem worried. What about you, S. Hacker? What you think?
First of all, you know, they said that he released confidential documents. First of all, they were not marked confidential. So did he really release confidential information? No. These are just papers and emails and things of that nature about Kavanaugh's views that the Republicans didn't want anyone to see. They were not marked confidential. So for
they were marked
that other senator to say that, yeah, you know, you violated the rules,
they were marked
like, bring it on.
They were marked committee confidential, but what happened is that
well, again, government documents, if you're going to be accused of releasing confidential documents, they must be marked with the watermark, confidential or top secret or whatever clearance they've given those documents. They were not. I read an article on CNBC about it, and they were not. So that's why Cory Booker is like, hey, bring it on. If you want to try to expel me for breaking rules, I didn't really break a rule.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't think John Cornyn is actually going to look at. Mr. McConnell said they'll look into it. He got nothing to do with the ethics committee. They'll probably give him a slap on the wrist and say don't do it again. But he's not the only Democrat that did it. The others followed behind suit.
Exactly. Because this is information that the public, who we pay for all these documents that are generated, right? We pay for John Cornyn's salary and his benefits and all that good stuff. He works for the people. So these are important documents that the people should be aware of to know that this guy's views are not in line with what America is now. We're not going back to the 70s with Roe v. Wade. We're not. And as Kamala Harris said,
they put him on the bench.
As Kamala Harris said, again, what laws are in place in these United States that control any part of a male?
He couldn't say any because there are no laws.
There are none. I'm going to just tell you right now, men are not going to let you control their reproductive rights on their body. That's how men work.
That's how males work. Real men know that the government should not control
I'm just going to say, as a species, this is how men work. I'm in control, I have power, and I'm going to execute my power and my domain upon you, the weaker species. That's how they think. They think in Neanderthal terms. So, and we shouldn't be surprised that they even think that way.
Well, I think
we should demand that people who work for us work for all of us, and not just those with an appendage.
There are us who are out there demanding. There are 3 million more of us that voted for Hillary than Trump, and we're all demanding that. But the problem is, when you're in a democracy, not everything is fair in a democracy. Since they want this orderly transfer of power, this is what happens. And I'm not saying that it's not right and it's not just, but this is what the facts of the matter is now. Because if they could change it, they would, and that works for anybody. When you get power, they exercise it. And I'm gonna tell you, Republicans are very good of exercising power. And when you think about it, I'm gonna just throw this out there to you too. Do any of you, or do you know anybody on this planet, in this solar system, who believes if Donald Trump dies today, that his soul will go to heaven?
Oh, come on.
I'm just saying, look at it. You're talking to a man that nobody on the face of this earth believes that Donald Trump's soul will go to heaven. And the only way to get to heaven is through two things. According to Thomas Aquinas, is by grace, he don't have that, and by goodness, he don't have that. He's a failure on both ends. So this is what you're dealing with. You got a man who is destined for hell as soon as he dies. And then you think that some good is gonna come out of this. That's what I'm saying.
You won't hear any people at his funeral giving him the type of accolades like we heard about John McCain. They won't be labeling him any kind of a hero or anything like that.
I guarantee you that there will be people who will say he was the best president ever. Yeah, there are some people in these United States, we don't even have to go to the rest of the world, who will support him to the end.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Well, you know what? Listen,
I missed that funeral.
he has his 36% of his evil minions following behind him. And these people, what are they getting out of it? What, a little bit of money? If they ain't rich, they ain't going to be rich. He's not going to make them rich. So I don't know, it doesn't follow logic, but then again, logic is never the way to be. So I don't know how
again, I really think, again, they're playing, there are two ways to play it. Again, they're playing the tactical game now, right? We're going to win this war to get the Supreme Court justices that we want, right? And again, it's not just about the problem I have with this guy. It's not just about reproductive rights. It's about voting rights. This guy is firmly against. He is firmly against everyone in these United States who are eligible to vote, because again, the strategic aim of Republicans, or for the majority of white Americans who support Trump, is that they're setting it up, in my mind, because they know that they will be a minority soon. They're setting our government, which we're already to a certain degree in it, for apartheid type government where minority rules. That's their aim. That's the eye on the big prize that they have had.
The prize, but that's how it happens, because you come complicit and you follow that rule. And
exactly.
That's
the long-term goal.
We all had this discussion about precedent and how things should be. And I know you hear me say 1,000 times, that was then, this is now. We can't go by the same rules of decency that we did in the past. I'm telling you, we have to be like Cory Booker. We just have to upend it. It's the same thing. If you want change is not going to come through no peaceful means. Change has always came through some type of upsetting,
disobedience.
Peaceful means is never going to last long in change. I mean, Martin Luther King got assassinated. They had riots for changes in civil rights. I mean, this is how change come about. In France,
has to be shed.
Antoinette lost her head. It had to be a violence in the street to take over. I hate to say it, but violence seems to be the glue that holds peace together.
Yeah. And you know what?
Again, we fail to understand the history of America. America has been built by force. You look at Columbus discovering something where people were already there, and then they manifest destiny, and I'm going to stake my claim and all that, right? Again, how did they take power away from the Native Americans? By force. America's always done things by force.
Yeah, and I want to shout out those people who are in the back who've been going to jail, screaming in the back. I think the first day was
over
like
200 people have been arrested.
Yeah, the first day it was like 70-something people. I mean, those women, mostly women. There are some men. I didn't even see some African American men out there. I mean, they are pleading from the back of that court to not let this confirmation go through. That this is a horrible, horrible choice that we got. And they are screaming and yelling. And I just say, I just shout out to them because that's what, freedom is all about. And that's what,
Right. And they're there, they're protesting, they're doing it rightfully. Of course, they upset the decorum of the Senate chambers, but it's going to be in vain. Maybe they build up goodwill later on when if there's a change in the political climate and maybe Democrats take over, be more accountability. But for right now, it's just like people like the Nazis when they were killing Jews to the death chambers and the women were screaming and crying. And it's the same thing. They don't care. They get off on this. When Trump sees this and that these people are protesting, are crying, are going out, and this emboldens him. He loves this. This is what he loves. He loves to see suffering. He loves to see little kids suffer.
Him and Stephen Miller.
Yeah. He loves to see adults suffer. He loves this. That's why. But you know what? The problem is we gave him this, we helped create this monster because the media gave him a platform. Omarosa's right.
And I agree with that.
You take away his Twitter, how is he going to communicate? Because we know he can't write more than 10 words.
Well,
again, like yesterday at a rally, right? He was trying to say the word anonymous. He couldn't even say anonymous.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's gonna have to learn how to say that word because that's what we get into on this this op-ed that's out that was sent out anonymously. Everybody's trying to figure out who it is. A lot of the show, narrowed it down to 3 people: maybe Dan Coates, maybe Kellyanne, and maybe John Kelly.
I doubt if it's Kellyanne.
You can throw Pence in there too. So, what do you guys think about the person who wrote this op-ed? Do you think that they should come out and reveal who they are? Do you believe that they should do that and quit? Do you look at them as heroes, or are these people who are just there, just saving their jobs and trying to act like, oh, I'm saving the world?
Well, first off,
I think.
Go ahead, Sherry.
I think that the person who did this shows the fragile nature of America when you give someone who's supposed to be the leader of the free world, right? When you put someone in that position who's as incompetent as he is, someone has to say. And again, they were talking about, we have to save America. No, they really are saving the economics of America. Again, like allegedly the Cohen, not Cohen, what's his name? The guy who was over the finances, right? Taking papers away. Cohen, Cohn, I believe. Because he quit, right?
Yeah.
Right. Those papers he took off of Trump's desk, they had to do with economics. Right.
They didn't take no papers.
They didn't have to deal with, the migrant children issue. No. They had nothing to do with voting rights. They had everything to do with economics.
Right.
I think that paper.
So it wasn't about his morality that they were trying to save. No, they're trying to save the financial structure of America.
Well, you know what, the op-ed though does highlight that this president is amoral, highlights that he's not tethered to any kind of truth. And I think that the op-ed really just, it validates everything that we've seen from the books that have been released about the Trump administration from day one. And so I don't really think the op-ed tells us something that we really don't know and haven't seen ourselves. Haven't you seen this, T? Haven't you seen?
I read the op-ed, and I'm gonna tell you this is what I think. I think the op-ed knows that Donald Trump is fragile. He's like a dog that's chasing his tail. He's running down. Look how stupid his ass looks. He's going to ask every one of his Canva members, did you write this op-ed? You know, be honest with you, this is shit the CIA does. They put stuff in there, they plan it. They got him running down somebody to see who did this. Now, they may find a scapegoat and drop it on there, but I don't think it'll ever be proven. And
you think that the CIA help Donald Trump find out who it is as much stuff as he's talked about them?
Donald Trump is an idiot. Everybody knows he's an idiot. Everybody knows he's a fool. And
he wants to give everybody a
license. He's a useful, but this is the thing that helps them sleep at night. He's a useful fool to achieve the goals that we have.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, he's a useful fool, but he's only useful to the Russians. He's not useful to the people of the United States of America.
No, he's useful to the white minority that wants to stay in power.
Yeah, he's useful to them, and they're aligned with the Russians.
And that's it, and that's who he is serving. Everything he does is for them.
You know,
I think he's compromised.
Oh yeah, for them and Putin.
Right, you know, and it's just like this whole thing. Why is they had Putin got Trump over barrel? Why? You know what? I thought about it when you really think about why Putin got Trump over barrel, because I believe Trump, and this is my own opinion, I don't have no proof, but when you think about it, I believe Trump is involved in some pedophilia. He likes young girls. He went to the
he likes his own daughter. I mean,
looking at the young girls, looking at young Miss USA teenagers. He looked at them. He leered at them. He kisses his daughter in the mouth. He grabs her by the ass. I wouldn't be surprised, you know. And Putin ain't a moral man. Russia's involved heavily in sex trafficking.
Absolutely.
And I wouldn't be surprised.
The Russians are involved in anything that will make money for Mother Russia.
Right. And so I wouldn't be surprised for, as a token of his gift and appreciation, sent Trump a young underage girl or boy to his room. And he filmed that. And that's why he got it. Because if he comes up with some pedophilia, he's gone. And he know he's gone. There's no doubt. They're not going to stand for him with that. Anything else? Peeing on the bed, peeing on him, that's an adult, too consensual. But with a child, and he's already has an affinity to support accused pedophiles.
That's true.
Roy Moore.
Takes their side every time.
Right, you know, so that's what I believe was going on with this whole tape thing in Russia.
Well, I'm not sure about the pedophilia. I mean, but I don't even doubt that could be part of it. But I'm almost sure that there is some tapes of him doing some things that he shouldn't be doing, considering that he's a married man. I don't know if he's trying to save.
He doesn't care. I
don't think he cares about what Melania thinks. I think he's just trying to save face with America.
No. He's paid Stormy Daniels $130,000. He paid Karen McDougal $150,000. He's paid off women. Basically, he's bought women like prostitutes. So this he ain't ashamed of that. Not at all. But him with pedophilia.
Well, you don't think he was ashamed? I mean, they were trying to hide the fact that he paid these women, and they're trying to hide the fact that
they were hiding the fact because he was running for president election and he thought it might hurt him. But now that it's come out, has it hurt him? Nope. In fact,
but they initially, you know, got these stories and killed him years back. A lot of them years back because he didn't want to be embarrassed back then. So it was even back then that I feel that he was trying to so-called, you know, not have this come out, you know, because it doesn't, you know, go well with
why would he worry about it now? You know,
he's worried about it now because he bought it from somebody he ain't sure might get hit by a bus. And so he's like, since I'm running for president, let me get this stuff. But when he caught and killed that stuff back 10 years ago. He didn't want Melania to catch that stuff. He didn't want Melania to know that he was out here banging some other chick while she was in there.
She knew that. She knew that. She knew that.
Exactly. She knew that. She knew that. She knows that.
She might have known it, but she ain't trying to read it in the paper. Like I said, it's one thing for you to know that your man ain't nothing. It's another thing for me and you and all of us to know.
Hey, everybody knows that he isn't nothing. She knew this from the beginning. Why you think she went with him? Listen, she was a gold digger anyway. She found her a dumb one, and she married him and had her special child with him, and she's good. No, she don't like getting thrown in her face, but she ain't surprised by it, and she's not hurt by it.
Yeah, she came out and wrote something on Twitter about the op-ed. I'm not gonna lie. I want to say that I believe that her staff probably put that together along with Trump's staff. I just don't feel like unless Michelle Obama wrote something that she can fit two sentences together for us to even understand. I'm just saying.
She couldn't even get a slogan together.
Again, hey, I think you're hating on her because she's trying to be best, Sandra. She's trying to be best.
What the people in the background of the thing, you say, death is death. So yeah,
be best, America. Be best.
I really don't think that that he wants this to go any further, and that's why he tried to stop it. But believe me, it's all going to come out. It is really all going to come out. This op-ed, I think, is going to continue. He's got a hit list of people. Now you got all these other newspapers trying to find out from the newspaper who this person is. A lot of people are saying that they should come out and they should resign. I feel like if it's going to spark Congress to do something, then maybe
no, it's not going to spark nobody.
I know it's not.
It isn't. Again, that person will just be revealed and their life will be in danger because all these, Trump supporters will be calling them or emailing them or finding out where they live and threatening them because, again, they do things by force. I remember, when
put the newspaper's phone number out and told people to call the newspaper if they want to know who it is. It's like, so all the Trump supporters on the newspaper talking about they want to know who it is.
Well,
and this is my thing. This is the difference, I think, between the Republicans and the Democrats. When President Barack Obama, he had an appointment to the Supreme Court. And what the Republicans did, they said he didn't have the right. They blocked it by any means necessary, right? The difference between them, the Republicans would have done something or would have caused something that they would have gotten that appointment. Because, again, he was president of the United States. At that time, he should have gotten to appoint that Supreme Court justice or nominate someone, rather. But no, they just let it slide. We're going to be all right. No, we wouldn't be worried about this majority if we, the Democrats, had fought that and fought that and fought that and fought that.
Yeah, they shouldn't have gave that fight up. They shouldn't have.
No, they should not have.
Obama should have caused some real drama about that. I believe that.
Exactly.
And the fact
because again, that's a lifetime appointment.
The Democrats are gonna have to learn to play smart like the Republicans
and play hard
and play hard and play dirty ball. I mean, that's the way they're gonna win.
No, they're gonna have to learn that the rules are just the rules. And again, if you play by the rules. Again, let's go back to slavery. We played by the rules, or our ancestors had played by the rules. This is just how it is, and we're going to always be slaves, and we're going to wait until... No, there is no waiting. And when you have an opportunity like that to nominate someone for a lifetime position that has power to change established laws, you fight that to the end.
Yeah, you're right. And speaking of fighting to the end, T the man, have you ordered your Nikes yet, bro?
Not yet, but I will order them. And anybody want to throw away and burn their Nikes, give them to me, or give them to the homeless, or give them to a vet.
Because, did you say somebody burnt their doggone house down trying to burn their Nikes? What?
Hey.
Yes.
Stupid.
Yeah,
but again, but this is a crazy thing, right? People want to boycott Nike, right? Because this guy is at the end. His image is shown at the end, right?
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick.
All right.
And he's also.
I still see people go on the subway. Wasn't Jared a pedophile?
Oh yeah,
convicted pedophile.
Serving time.
Hey,
Trump supporter. Trump supporter.
Absolutely. Yeah, hey, listen, people still eating Papa John's.
Well, Papa John got his own business. They took
but again, that Papa John dude wasn't convicted of anything. Jared is a convicted pedophile. And again, at these meetings, these corporate settings and all these things, where money goes through, right? I'm sure they're ordering Subway for their meetings. I'm sure they're, eating Subway. I'm sure that, and again, these family values people are still supporting Subway when he's a convicted pedophile. So again, you want to burn your Nikes because this dude's kneeling? Well, stop eating Subway because this dude sexually molested children.
Yeah.
Burn that. Burn those Subway coupons.
Well, I'm just saying that, I always want Colin Kaepernick to win. I always feel like, people want to take his cause and change it to make it something that it's really not. It's not about disrespecting the flag at all. And they just want to change that analogy so they can fit, their narrative. But you know what? I always want him to win. I hope he gets back into football. I'm glad he's doing a Nike commercial. I will, be purchasing another pair of Nikes whenever I need another pair of gym shoes. I'm just thankful that Nike sees this for what it is and has decided to be on the right side of history when it comes down to racial discrimination in this country.
Yeah. Exactly. And again, everybody's talking about the flag, right? You're disrespecting the flag. You're disrespecting
stop playing that music
for the flag. Let's go here. If you are so in favor of veterans in these United States, why are the majority of them homeless?
Amen. Okay. Why is the VA all messed up? My dad used to go to VA.
Exactly.
Very poor service.
Why is it hard for veterans and their spouses to get benefits?
Exactly. Tita, man, one of the things that kind of struck me is a lot of people are on social media talking about, well, why did they choose him? They could have chose these other people, and they name off a myriad of different people that they call heroes, and that Colin Kaepernick has not sacrificed. He's not a hero. Who are they to tell Nike how to advertise? Well, and who are there to tell Nike what heroes they should pick? They didn't say, hey, call us up and let us know who you think should be our next person, the spokesperson. That's not how this works.
Listen, Nike has got, $168 million of free advertising on this. It's going to play in the NFL game. If they don't want to see the game, people are going to tune in just to see what this is all about. Listen, this is one of those fake and false narratives that they want to put out there. Why are they protesting Colin Kaepernick? Because he's talking about police brutality? Because he's talking about injustice? This is coming from Trump. Trump is a liar. Trump is a cheat, and Trump is a thief. So why do we care about what it is? People of goodwill should want to see this commercial because it's an inspiring commercial, and they don't want to see nothing good, nothing inspiring. Anytime it has something, because Colin Kaepernick just happened to be, even though he's biracial, they want to call him a black man now. So
they call him worse than that.
They were burning his jerseys. Don't burn your jersey. Send it us. Send it to Lee Street B. Email us.
Hey, burn it. Burn all his jerseys. Because again, you've already paid Nike.
Because you know what? We know that damn jersey is going to be worth some money in the future.
Sure, it's worth up now. I might take your jersey.
Colin Kaepernick is going to go down in history. When the annals of history be written, he's going to be down as an honorary person in the history. That's how
they'll talk about him like they in the same breath that they talk about Muhammad Ali.
Him, Tommy Smith, John Carlos, Jesse Owens. This is that kind of moment. And they can't see it, but we can see it.
We can see it. We feel it too.
Yeah, and again, if they want to control who Nike uses in advertisements, become a majority shareholder in Nike stock. That's the only way you have some influence. But other than that, you could go back to the peanut gallery because that's all you have. Peanuts.
And all those people that put that crazy stuff on my Facebook the other day, talking about that Nike should have chose other people. I deleted that stuff. I hid it. That's not what I want on my page. That's not what I believe. believe that, you know, they have an opportunity and a right to choose who they want to. And Nike can do 100 commercials and they could pick out 100 different heroes. And one of them, and I'm glad, is Colin Kaepernick. I'm just happy for him. I love to see that man win.
Well, he's winning. He's winning. That's what winning is all about. And let's talk real quick because we only got a few minutes left to do this, 9 minutes to be exact. Let's talk about Alex Jones got kicked off of Twitter. He has no platform.
Hey, man.
He has no platform. He's not on Twitter. He's not on Facebook. He's not on, what is it? Facebook, Twitter. What's the other one? YouTube. Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube, right.
He's not on social media. Him, InfoWars, all his racism, all his conspiracy theories are gone. So like he go on to that Russian site that you've been on and let people dial on in and see what craziness you got to do. And hopefully somebody I know who listens to that crazy talker is, maybe he'll finally find some sanity. He won't be looking in the Antarctic for 100-foot squids, you know, that Putin drilled up in a 3-inch hole looking for
crazy stuff.
For some venom or something, you know.
You know, but at the same time, you have pundits saying that, you know, and even liberal people saying that, you know, when we silence individuals who we disagree with, that's not right. That's not what free
speech.
It's
hate speech. So how do
you and that's what I'm saying, that there's a difference between free speech and hate speech, and speech that incites people to go get a gun and go in here and try to find kids that aren't in here being kidnapped. It's different.
Right. It's hate speech.
And again, to me, he still has the right and the privilege to say whatever he wants to, but what he cannot do is say them on these particular platforms. You can still go out and have your rallies. Nobody's saying that you cannot. That's to me when you're silenced. You're just been kicked out for violating their terms of service from these particular platforms. And again, they, as a publicly traded company, have the right to kick you out, because when you sign up for these services, there is a long term of service contract, right? Most people don't read the fine print.
We do not.
Well,
read the fine print, and they have the right to kick you off. I know a lot of people who've been in Facebook jail for posting things that were overly sexual in nature, right?
Jail?
Yeah, Facebook jail. Yeah, you can't post or you can't do this for a certain amount of time, right?
I don't know.
Because you're violating their terms of service, right? And again, if you violate that, you're off the platform. Alex Jones, still in these United States of America, can start his own whatever. Because again, he had a radio station, right? Found out he didn't even have a license to have that radio station.
I think he had a legal radio station.
Basically he was a pirate radio station.
Using Sean Hannity, go on their shows, and maybe they'll give him some airtime to talk the craziness. See if Fox will take him. I doubt it.
And he has the right. So they said that he's been silenced. No, he has been kicked off of these platforms because he, just like you and I, if we violate their terms of service, they will kick us off.
Yeah,
that's it.
So listen, as Catholics, all three of us, we grew up Catholic. Barbara Underwood, who is in New York, New Jersey, is sent a subpoena to the Roman Catholic Archdiocese about all their lying, all of their manipulation about what's been going on with these pedophiles in the Catholic Church. And I'm just saying that, you know what, she's on Donald Trump and his foundation, and she's getting on this Roman Catholic Archdiocese. And I just say, you know what, I want to see somebody get some justice. And because the rules that they have in the Catholic Church are, no matter what you do, don't call the police. No matter what you find out, don't call the police. And that's just not right. And I'm gonna tell you something, she's gonna get in their book.
Yeah, she's going to get into it. But you know what? The church has a way of covering up, especially the higher ones like the cardinals and the bishops. They'll call them to Rome. They'll give them some kind of diplomatic immunity from the Holy See and say, you come into Rome, and then they'll sit their asses down and you won't hear from them again. And that's basically what happens. But now if they get caught here, well, they're on their own. And the church knows that. Mm-hmm. So we don't have much time left. So let's talk about a good story. Jeffrey Owens that from is that his name? Jeffrey? Is that how you pronounce his name?
Yeah, Jeffrey Owens.
Yeah, Jeffrey Owens from Cosby show that somebody saw him in Trader Joe's and they were kind of job shaming him because he was being a bagger and a cashier. I mean, he wasn't doing any acting work. He had a family to provide and feed. The residuals from the Cosby show got zapped up because Bill is caught up in his sex case. So they're not running those. And now he needs insurance and benefits to support his family. But thank God that Tyler Perry heard about it and is going to hire him for one of his shows. And Sandra, you work with Tyler, so you know Tyler got money.
Oh yeah, Tyler got money. Tyler got pull, and he's obviously got many opportunities and many shows that he could put Jeffrey Owens in. Again, here's another guy who I think about, not just him but other Cosby people that you don't see. I love to see him win. I love to see him get back on. Hey, you guys, it's been a great long week, and I'm hoping that next week we can do it again, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more insight on what's going on with the op-ed and everything else.
All right. So until next week, this is Lee Street Beat. I'm T the Man, along with our Sandra Tucker and co-host S Hacker, who's happened to call in because she's out on location traveling somewhere. So until next week, everybody stay safe, love one another, and stay diligent. And let's get mobilized, get ready to vote, because we got to change this world. We got to make it a better place.
Register to vote, for sure.
This is Lee Street Beat. Talk to you later. Bye.